Invoking MySQL programs. To invoke a MySQL program from the command line, that is from your shell or command prompt, enter the program name followed by any options or other arguments needed to instruct the program what you want it to do. The following command shows some sample program invocation. So we have the $, the greater than, represents the prompt for your command interpreter. It is not part of what you type. The particular prompt you see depends on your command interpreter. Typical prompts are the $, for sh, we have the ksh or the bash, then we have the percentage sign for the csh or the tcsh, and then we have the c:\\, greater than for the Windows command that can, or just the cmd, that the execution command interpreter. So for example, if you go into this is the Windows PowerShell, you're gonna see the c:\\. So this is our command that can, or just our cmd, that execution. So we have the MySQL, and then you type in the $, the user, then we have the equal root test, then we have the MySQL admin, extend the -status variables, we have MySQL show, $help, and then MySQL dump, and then we have the -u root personnel. As you know from the previous video, we have to type in here MySQL, and then you just type your -u, and then would be root, and then your -p, and it's gonna prompt you for your password. So we have that. Arguments that begin with a single or double dash specify program options. Options typically indicate the type of connection a program should make to the server or affect its operational mode. Option syntax is described in this section, so you can check out the specify and program options. Non-option arguments. Arguments with no leading dash provide additional information to the program. For example, we have the MySQL program interprets the first non-option argument as a database name. So the command MySQL space $user equal root space test indicates that you want to use the test database. Later sections that describe individual programs indicate which options a program supports and describe the meaning of any additional non-option arguments. Some options are common to a number of programs. The most frequently used of these are the $host, or just the -h. We have the $user, or just the -u, as we did it to enter our user and our password. So talking about password, we have the $password, or just the single -p. Options that specify connection parameters. They indicate the host where the MySQL server is running and the username and password of your MySQL account. All MySQL client programs understand these options. They enable you to specify which server to connect to and the account to use on that server. Other connection options are the $port, or just the single $p to specify a TCP/IP port number, and a $socket, or just the $s to specify a unit socket file on Unix, or name pipe name on Windows. For more information on options that specify connection options, you can check out this link connecting to the MySQL server using the command options. You may find it necessary to invoke MySQL programs using the path name to the bin directory in which they are installed. This is likely to be the case if you get a program that found error whenever you attempt to run MySQL program from any directory other than the bin directory. Here we are in the bin directory. If I go into my PC, if I go into my files I have here, is gonna be in MySQL, where I have, I think it was in common file, or just MySQL here. And if we go into the server, you are gonna see here bin. So they're talking about this path. So we have that, the bin directory. To make it more convenient to use MySQL, you can add the path name of the bin directory to your path environment variable setting. That enables you to run a program by typing only its name, not its entire path name. For example, if MySQL is installed slash usr slash local slash mysql slash bin. You can run the program by invoking it as MySQL, and it is not necessary to invoke it as slash usr slash local slash mysql slash bin slash mysql. And consult the documentation for your command interpreter for instructions on setting your path variable. So in my laptop I can just I think you can just type, I just type in path, and then you're gonna see edit the system environment variables. You can type in here and just go for environment variables, and let me see. The syntax for setting environment variables is interpreter specific. Some information is given in the section 4.2.9 setting environment variables. After modifying your path setting, open a new console window on the Windows or login again on Unix so that the setting goes into effect. So this is it for the invoking MySQL programs, and now we are gonna see the next chapter, or the next section, that is going to be the specifying program options. And we have all this information. Let's go for, there are several ways to specify options for MySQL programs. List the options on the command line following the program name. This is common for options that apply to a specific invocation of the program. List the options in an option file that the program reads when it starts. This is common for options that you want the program to use each time it runs. List the options in environment variables. So we have the section setting environment variables. This method is useful for options that you want to apply each time the program runs. In practice, option files are used more commonly for this purpose, but in section 5.8.3, running multiple MySQL instances on Unix discusses one situation in which environment variables can be very helpful. It describes a handy technique that uses such variables to specify the TCP/IP port number and Unix file for the server and for the client programs. Options are processed in order, so if an option is specified multiple times, the last occurrence takes precedence. The following command causes MySQL to connect to the server running on localhost. So here we have MySQL space -h space. Here we have example.com space -h space localhost. This is one exception for MySQLD. The first instance of the --user option is used as a security precaution to prevent a user specified in an option file from being overwritten on the command line. If conflicting or related options are given, later options take precedence over earlier options. The following command runs MySQL in no columns name mode. So here we have MySQL space --colon -names space skip skip colon -names. MySQL programs determine which options are given first by examining environment variables, then by processing option files, and then by checking the command line. Because later options take precedence over earlier ones, the processing order means that environment variables have the lowest precedence and command line options the highest. For the server, one exception applies. The MySQLD-auto.cnf option file in the data directory is processed last, so it takes precedence even over command-line options. You can take advantage of the way that MySQL programs process options by specifying default option values for a program in an option file. That enables you to avoid typing them each time you run the program, while enable you to override the defaults if necessary by using the command line options. And finally, we're going to see this section named the using options and the command line. So here we have program options specified on the command line follow these rules. Options are given after the command name. An option argument begins with 1 dash or 2 dashes depending on whether it is a short form or long form of the option name. Many options have both short and long forms. For example, we have the hyphen question mark, and then we have the double hyphen help are the short and long form of the option that instruct MySQL program to display its help message. So if we go into the terminal, and I'm gonna use the MySQL terminal. So MySQL terminal, and it's just gonna prompt me for my password. So I'm gonna type in my password like this, and here I'm just gonna type in help like that. So, and it's gonna give you a bunch of options. So we have the list of all MySQL commands. Note that all text command must be first online and end with a semicolon. So we have, let me see, we have the question mark, clear connect, delimiter, ego, exit, go, help, no, print, prompt, quit, rehash, source, start, assistant, d, use, char set warnings, no warnings, and the reset connection. So we have all that. Let me see, let's close this one and let's keep moving. So option names are case sensitive, so we have the -v and then we have the hyphen uppercase letter V are both legal and have different meanings. They are corresponding short forms of the double hyphen verbose and the double hyphen version options. So some options take a value following the option name. For example, we have the -h localhost or the double hyphen host =, localhost indicate that MySQL server hosts to a client program. The option value tells the program the name of the host where the MySQL server is running. For a long option that takes a value, separate the option name and the value by an =. For a short option that takes a value, the option value can immediately follow the option letter, or there can be a space between. So we have the -h localhost and the -h and then a space and then localhost are equivalent. So an exception to this rule is the option for specifying your MySQL password. This option can be given in long form as the double hyphen password =, pass_val, or just as the double hyphen password. In the latter case, with no password value given, the program interactively prompts you for the password, as we already saw here in the command prompt. Okay, so okay, the password option also may be given in short form as -p and then following the pass_value, or as the -p. However, for the short form, if the password value is given, it must follow the option letter with no intervening space. If a space follows the option letter, the program has no way to tell whether a following argument is supposed to be the password value or some other kind of argument. Consequently, the following two commands have two completely different meanings. So here we have the MySQL space -p test. So this is completely different to the second one, that is MySQL space -p space test. Here, this is the first command. The first command instructs MySQL to use a password value of test, but specifies no default database. The second instructs MySQL to prompt for the password value and to use test as the default database. Within option names, we have the dash and the underscore. So this is the dash that is pretty much vertical, kind of in the middle, and then we have the lower value, or pretty much down, as the underscore. May be used interchangeably in most cases, although the leading dashes cannot be given as underscores. For example, here we have two hyphens or just dashes. Here we have these two dashes, skip dash grant skip tables, and then we have the two dashes, skip underscore grant underscore table. So dashes or just hyphens, I usually say hyphen or dash is pretty much the same with reference to this context. Okay, so in this case, this example are equivalent. In this manual, we use dashes in option names except where underscore are significant. This is the case with, for example, we have the double hyphen log hyphen b and the hyphen or just dashes. So here I'm gonna use dashes, so it's gonna be double dash log and then it's gonna be underscore b, which are different options. We encourage you to do so as well. So the MySQL server has certain command options that may be specified only at startup, and a set of system variables, some of which may be set at startup, at runtime, or both. System variable names use underscore rather than dashes, and when referenced at runtime, for example, using an uppercase letter set or select statement must be written using underscore or underscore. So let's try it in, let's do it. And as you remember, when we try to use to load data in our table, we have to use the set global, and let's try it. So it's going to be set global, so make sure that you log in with your credentials, set global, and it's going to be general, and it's going to be underscore log like this, and then space equal sign space, and it's going to be on, and we end it with a semicolon. Query okay, 0 rows affected, so that's fine. And then we're gonna type in select, and it's gonna be add, and it's gonna be in uppercase letters global dot lowercase general underscore log, and we end it with a semicolon. And as you can see, we have here this one, we have the add global dot general underscore log, and here we have null. Add server startup. The syntax for system variables is the same as for the command option, so within variable names, dashes and underscore may be used interchangeably. For example, here we have the double dash general underscore log, and is equal to and then we have the double dash or double hyphen general hyphen log is equal to are equivalent. This is also true for system variables set within option files. For options that take a numeric value, the value can be given with a suffix of K, M, or G uppercase letters to indicate a multiplier of 1024, 1024 to the second power, or 1024 to the third power. As of MySQL 8.0.14, a suffix can also be uppercase letter T, P, and E to indicate a multiplier of 1024 raised to the 4th power, 1024 raised to the 5th power, or 1024 raised to the 6th power. Suffix letters can be uppercase or lowercase. For example, the following command tells MySQL admin to ping the server 1024 times, sleeping 10 seconds between each ping. So we do it with MySQL admin space double hyphen count equal to 1k space double hyphen sleep equal 10 space ping. When specifying file names as option values, avoid the use of the tilde shell meta character. It might not be interpreted as you expect. Option values that contain spaces must be quoted when given on the command line. For example, the double hyphen execute or just the hyphen lowercase letter e option can be used with MySQL to pass one or more semicolon hyphen separated SQL statements to the server. When this option is used, MySQL executes the statement in the option value and exits. The statement must be enclosed by quotation marks. For example, if you haven't logged in, you can log in with MySQL space hyphen u space root space hyphen p space hyphen e, and then you can select this. But since we already are inside, the only thing that we need to do is just pretty much type in select and then version, open and close parentheses, and then end it with a semicolon, and the version is 8.0.33. So as you can see, this is newer versions. In this manual, they are using the 8.0.19 version. So this is the select version, and now let's try this select now. So open close parentheses, end it with a semicolon, and we are right now as 2023. This is the year, the month is July, and the day is the 19th, and this is the hour. So this is pretty late. It's 1:23. So that is it. Let me see what else do we have here. And pretty much we have a note here. The long form, the double hyphen execute is followed by an equal sign. To use quoted values within a statement, you must either escape the inner quotation marks or use a different type of quotation marks within the statement from those used to quote the statement itself. The capabilities of your command processor dictate your choices for whether you can use single or double quotation marks and the syntax for escaping quote characters. For example, if your command processor supports quoting with a single or double quotation marks, you can use double quotation marks around the statement and single quotation marks for any quoted values within the statement. So that is it. And yeah, that's it for the using options on the command line.